History of
Wait,
mass
did you just
communication.
say you studied mass communication?
Oh, please. I don't
But
know.
you ended up being a
I am a man of many talents. No, don't try me.
bread maker.
If the things you hold there are not being seen by others, what you end up doing is you end up letting others create your narratives for you,
Even when it
which in
comes to
itself,
dawa, it doesn't have to be you have to do this, you have to do this. There are many ways of doing dawa. Filmmaking is one of them. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to the very first episode of Creative Ummah.
there you go.
I am Latifa Oglola. On this episode, we will be discussing what this
Are you recording?
podcast would be about. Yeah, sure, I'm recording. We'll be carrying you along on what we are going to be doing on this podcast. And here is my co-host. Thank you very much for this. As if you know what I've been waiting for all day.
Salam everyone. My name is Omar Kolade Oshtade, and I am excited to be here with you guys.
So yeah, this podcast has always been on my mind because I believe that the creative in the Muslim community need a space where they can talk about their wins, their challenges, the awkward conversations. You know, being a creative, you're going to see a whole lot, and everything in between.
Yeah, like of course, it's a conversation that has to be had, whether we like it or not. For someone like me, I grew up in the 90s where everything was a little not as free as it is now. It was stiffer. Your career choices were being a lawyer, engineer, doctor. There was even a children's game that was something like there were no other options aside from those. Um, so when we
I
say
must tell you,
creative,
this cake is really wonderful.
yeah,
Like the blend is so nice.
yeah, that is my handwork. Don't doubt it. I'm good. Yeah.
The dessert man.
So as I was saying, we had limited options to what
Mhm.
we wanted our futures to be.
Mm.
So much so that even in school, science class, commercial class, art students were seen as the bottom of the pile. That's where
Exactly.
the not so brilliant kids
Except
went.
from being a lawyer, though.
Yeah, eventually we now find out law was from the art, so hey, go lawyers. But the rest of us say, yeah,
Yeah, basically, and that's why there is a need for platforms like this
yes,
because there is no way our culture, our tradition, what we stand for as individual, would really be expressed in the society without
mm-hmm.
the creatives having showing us new angles of you know presenting ourselves,
Yeah, yeah. So
of
okay,
putting us out there, of telling our stories.
yeah,
Even when it
which in
comes to
itself,
dawa, it doesn't have to be you have to do this, you have to do this. There are many ways of doing dawa. Filmmaking is one of them.
yeah, what you just said now is it takes back to the reason why we started this in the first
Mm.
place. We've seen a lot of creatives, and when we say creative, we mean a creative is a person that uses his imagination to develop original ideas, whether it's to create something or to find solutions to a problem. That is what we are talking. When we say creative, that is what we are talking about. So we've seen a lot of creatives, especially in the space of arts,
Mm-hmm.
that have found themselves that feel unseen or
Mm.
unheard. They've not found a place to express themselves as they should, or they don't have the spotlight, the platform to do so. That is why we're here. That is why we've started this. Uh, that's why we've started this podcast to give ourselves a
You know,
platform to discuss.
bringing to my mind as well was when I was back then in school.
Mm-hmm.
There was this flyer I saw, and it was about script writing. On getting there, I realized it was a church organization that
Mm.
organize the training, the people that went with me,
Alaja.
the people that went with me, they just made the youth all like, later, we are going to see you later. I was like, no, I'm here already. Did they say, I'm going in there, I'm going to learn.
But you accepted.
Sure. Me being Latifa, you know. So I was like, I'm going to learn. And most of the network I have in the industry today, they are mostly, I'm not talking about journalism now.
Yeah.
I'm talking about other aspects of creativity when it comes to filmmaking.
The
And
artistic side of it.
Journalism is also artistic. So most of the networks they are not from the Muslim community also. And I'm wondering, why is it like, what's our attitude towards supporting Muslim creative as a community, as a Muslim community? What's the challenges? What's the, what's affecting us as a community? Those are parts of the things I want us to shed more light on this podcast, when we have other people discussing it, other creative, telling us their journey. Because when it comes to supporting, when it comes to investing in creative sector, the Muslim community, I'm not seeing us as visible enough.
Yes, it is there, it is obvious. I'm going to digress a little. Still on topic, but I'm going to go into something else. You drive around town, you're around Lagos, you see billboards here and there. You see, are you creative? Contact so and so and so this thing. You see trainings, training platforms, training this, training that. You see movies, and then you look at those billboards, at the banners, and then you see that it is one church or the other sponsoring these events, these programs, these training programs. They are funding movies. In order to fund movies, they have studios. They are now official movie studios as part of the church. I'll go to lots of artists out there started being members of the church. Being members of the church. That's why they got the platform to succeed. Their trainings, their push, basically. That's where they got it. I think about it, and I don't really right now I can't really for the life of me remember any point I have seen any of such programs as part of the Muslim community.
And do you know why?
I'm sure they exist. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure they exist. Somewhere they exist, but they're not visible.
Do you know why this baffles me a lot? Because as Muslims, we have our ethics of doing things. We have code and conducts guiding how we do things.
Yeah,
and the creative sector is not just a part we can ignore, because it's about telling and sustaining our traditions.
Yeah, yes.
In a way that the children of this generation would be able to relate with. So if we do not have bodies, Muslim communities, organizing those avenues for young ones that are interested in that field, they would end up learning in the general style, like in ethics that would not align sometimes with the Islamic code of conduct.
Yeah.
And unconsciously, it affects them in practice. Because when you're trying not to, you don't want it to affect you in practice, but where you're learning from does not understand your ethics that you live by, is either you live it or you go into it and,
get affected by it.
Yes, get affected by it. But it's a sector we cannot neglect.
Yes.
It is very essential, especially in this day, time, and era. The young ones are seeing things from different perspectives. Career paths that some years back, that's like, is this existing? Can you even make money out of it? People are making serious money out of it. And it is helping in branding, in shaping the perspective of people. If we are not tapping into it now, we might be entering very late, and we are wondering why the young Muslims are the way they are, why the ethics of Islam is not as strong as it is. Do you get? These are part of the
Yeah,
concerns why I feel.
this conversation, actually, the more you say it, the more I feel it matters. It's in its importance to
I,
us
of course, I
as
know
an
that.
ummah,
That is why I want to start
as an
this.
ummah. You know, we as Muslims, or we as people generally, we know that influence matters.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, a lot.
So we as a community, you want to influence your community, just no, not community this time, your society.
The
Now,
environment you live in.
yeah, the world you live in. How do you influence it if you are not visible? If the things you hold there are not being seen by others, what you end up doing is you end up letting others create your narratives for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have a lot of people out there, creative people that can find the that can adapt and find ways to tell our stories. We don't want people to tell our stories for us. It is that level of importance. We see, when we go back, you see like you said, you studies mass communication as they die. Macono one. History of
Wait,
mass
did you just
communication.
say you studied mass communication?
Oh please, man, I don't know.
But you ended up being a
I am a man of many talents. No, don't try me.
bread maker.
Don't bread maker, cake maker, HR, admin,
Oh
graphic
yeah, yeah,
designer,
yeah.
man of many. Don't. So
Ọ̀nà kan ọwọ́
no,
German.
give me job.
Wherever money
You
comes
have heard
from.
all of my parties. Give me job.
Guy, this economy, man, we can't just be doing one thing.
So
Okay now.
as I was trying to explain, we need to write. And like I said, okay, I bring back to Makono. I said the issue of mass communication, the importance of communication, the importance of writing, of books. They help tell stories. If we don't tell those stories, if we don't write down, or if we don't document these stories, if we don't tell them ourselves, we will end up getting lost. We will end up as a dead culture. You've seen a lot of dead cultures out there that history does not remember or does not remember as well. But we want history to remember us for who we are. So we need to tell our story. We need to find creative ways, and to
I
do
think
so,
history remembers us. I just feel it is evolving.
yeah, that's it. The more
In this era,
the
it
more
has
time,
evolved. It's not just about writing it, it's
yeah,
about
we are
showing.
telling it.
Showing. You tell
Find
and you
creative
show.
ways. Find creative ways to tell it, to show it, to let people even let people try and let them experience what we experience. So we need to invest in our creative sides. We need to invest in the Muslims that are creative, or let me say it, the creative side of Islam. We have a lot to account for, and we have a lot to build and to maintain. And by this, we need to invest and support those that have shown the talent and the interest.
Yeah, and that's what this podcast is about. It's not just about complaining, it's also about strategizing on solutions. Do you get how we can talk to other people, understand their journey, their win, the challenges, create awareness for people that, oh, okay, this kind of thing is existing. There was a mother that approached me about a daughter that is studying mass communication in the university and what she can do after university and stuff like that. I was talking to her and I realized that she doesn't really know much on what she can do as a communicator. But this kind of platform, yeah, then widen our horizon on, okay, many other things you can achieve. Studying mass communication doesn't mean you have to be a journalist. You can be a
It's
voiceover
wide.
artist. You can be a videographer. You
It's
can be an
broad.
editor. Like,
It is
it's
broad.
there is
It is
online journalism. You can have your own blog. You get it's so wide, but a lot of people, you'll be surprised at the amount of people that are lacking information when it comes to what they can do. And it's not just about, oh, okay, they are not smart.
Yeah.
They are smart, but they are not aware of this avenue. And that is what we want this platform to serve. Avenue where creatives would disseminate informations, organizations would share what they are putting in place.
This podcast is for all of us. So we'll like you to walk with us as we sit down with creative minds. There'll be an extra seat in here every week. Have someone in here, a creative mind, will sit with us, and then we'll discuss what it means to be a creative amongst the Muslim Ummah.
Do you know what? It's not what he's saying that is making me smile. It is the formalities putting into it. He even described where the person is going to sit.
Oh no!
Just here.
And now sometimes you have to let people know that the person is going to be here. So you'll be here like this.
What if you have more than one?
They will surround them. Some few days. I don't privilege.
It is a very safe space where we can just come, relax, have wonderful cake by my very wonderful friend here.
And for the Weight Watcher, just have some water.
Yeah, we need to keep fit. Can you imagine? He's feeding me cake, but he's drinking water. He's not trying to sabotage my healthy lifestyle.
Do as I say, not as I do. I beg.
Okay, anyway, this cake or this dessert is very wonderful, and we would like you to come with us on this journey as we bring on creatives to talk about everything that makes us a wonderful community and how we can work together to tell a beautiful narrative.
Thank you very much for joining us on our pilot episode of
intro
Creative Ummah.
episode.
This is a pilot. Please be professional. This is a pilot episode. This is not an intro. This is our first episode like this. Let them accept us. We have to be, we're doing like a TV show, like a TV series. This will be the first TV serial podcast.
Did you even tell them your first TV serial? Did you tell them about subscribing, sharing this with your friends? Because
no, I think it comes with the territory. Please, as you watch this, please comment, like, subscribe, share with your friends.
Oh God.
Let us hear from you. I would like to see a lot of comments in the comment section. Please use the comment section as much as you want.
Topics they want us to discuss.
Yes.
Because I know there are a lot of creatives out there that are just burning to roast the Muslim community. I'll be like, seriously. But there are also a lot of people out there believe that we are working because we are working. Yes, and they just want to support us.
Yes.
There are a lot of people out there that feel like, okay, I do not have the finances, but I have the skill to make this better. How can we tell our stories in a more creative way? One aspect I feel like we need to really, really work on is branding. A lot of people want to do things, but do they know the right way of doing it? Yeah, there is a creative part of doing it, but there's also a right way of doing it.
Yeah,
so just share it with them, show them this podcast, let them come on this podcast to share their story, and together we are going to build something wonderful.
Once again, we say a big thank you. This is the first time, and we hope to keep coming up here. You'll join us here a lot more, and inshallah we'll look to grow this space together.
Before we leave here, just let me say, I think the next episode,
Mm.
we are going to seize everybody's phone. Because when you are talking with a businessman, they are always looking at their phone. Why? Why? Make person come make me MD, I see you. I didn't find that. Make me so I just dey pick my phone.
No vex, no vex.
Okay, till the next episode. I guess this is a good note to just say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
See you next time.